We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to See It Clearly. I'm your host, Michael Carson, and I have a great guest today. Is Christine Lusita. We're going to be talking about health and fitness, and it's something that, of course, is dear to my heart, and the reason why I even was on LA Talk Live initially was about health and wellness, and today's show is brought to you by Fit in Seconds. It's a program I've developed that is the first pre-meal workout that will help you lose weight with every meal. All you have to do is go to fitinseconds.com and order your package of 3, 6 months or a full year, and you will be receiving your videos directly to your phone, tablet, or your computer, and you do these workouts directly before each meal, and you will lose weight consistently. It's all about the timing. So go to fitinseconds.com to learn more, and they are our host, and our project for today is going to be fitness. Now, Christine, hello.
Here with you, Michael.
You're here. Thank you so much. I know we've known each other for a long time at the gym.
Yes, we have.
And in Los Angeles, in the gym, when you make a friend, it's almost like it's an ally because there are very few gym pals because everyone's very insecure in Los Angeles.
Yes, very true.
Afraid to let someone into their circle.
Absolutely.
So thank you for joining my circle and letting me into yours.
Thank you.
It's great, and it's a pleasure to be here. And just so people know who you are, I mean, you are a celebrity fitness expert. You've been, just in the last 4 months, in fact, you'll tell it better than I did. What have you done in the last few months? You did a press tour and a whole... Tell me about that.
Yeah, sure. Well, I had some very exciting news to announce for Planet Fitness. They were offering a free day of fitness, and it's a company. Planet Fitness is a club that I absolutely love. It's just a place where people can feel really comfortable going at their own pace. They have a judgment-free zone. And it's very affordable.
Now,
it's
what is
$10
a judgment-free
a month.
zone?
So judgment-free zone is you can go into the gym and you just can feel free to go at your own pace, and you don't have to worry about following a trend or trying to keep up with somebody else. It's a very non-intimidating environment.
It's about personal fulfillment.
It's about personal fulfillment. It's about doing the best that you can, and whatever you are doing is good, and they celebrate those success. It's also a club that really and it's an inclusive club that really makes it comfortable for those first-timers to come into the gym and just feel comfortable. All of their equipment is very easy to use, and they've got many different, like high quality. They've got Life Fitness equipment.
Oh, that's great.
Which you and I both know this is top-of-the-line equipment.
Right.
And they just make it a safe place for people to feel comfortable to get started, and that's always been something that's really in line with my beliefs on exercise and health. I mean, making it affordable, making it fun, and making it easier for ourselves. We're going to be
and not
here.
intimidating, because one of the things that I found, because we've talked before in your story is, and I hope it's okay to share with the listening audience, that all the way back in your 20s you had struggled with your own weight, and you'd struggled with going up and down in range of almost 30 pounds sometimes.
Oh, yeah.
And you found that doing what you have been doing, which is centering yourself, small steps to get to the end result, which is not just a goal weight. It's not just a goal date.
Yes.
Share a bit about your journey in that regard.
Sure. Actually, I have been struggling with my weight since I was about 13. And so my weight was always something I really had to be conscious of. I just had a normal body type. I, stored a little bit more in the belly. That's just typically how my body worked. And I didn't always love to exercise because it was always I always exercised because I did it to lose weight.
There's a negative, it was almost punishment.
Right.
Yes.
It really was punishment.
Right.
So I was completely out of sync with what felt good to me, what was actually fun, what were my strengths. Everything was sort of all misaligned. And only until I started becoming into my late 20s or mid-20s, late 20s, did I actually start to see some of my own strengths with exercise. So I realized that I'm really a good runner naturally. It's very hard, and it's kind of ironic because I hated running. Running was the hardest thing ever. But I had such a mindset that, if I fall down 7 times, damn it, I'm going to get up 8.
That's fantastic.
And I just said, let me just try and go see what I can do and build on that.
Did you join a running club, or did you?
No.
What did you do?
Well, actually, when I first moved to Los Angeles when I was 23, I did join a running club. I did learn a lot of the techniques, and I realized I'm a very fast runner. And so I really wanted to play upon my own strengths. So I I would do a race every other weekend, and I didn't even care at that point what my time was. I just wanted to complete it, and and I don't know if you run, but there's such a mindset. It's 20% physical and 80% mindset in running.
Well, for me, I found that it was a vacation too. It's like when I'm running, no one can contact me.
Yes.
No one can call me. There's no email. There's no text.
Yes.
And I would look forward to the LA Marathon. And actually, some of this was before texting was really prevalent. 'Cause I haven't done it in a couple of years. But I would look at that as a 4-hour, a little less than 4 hour. I'm not that fast, but about 3 hour and 45-minute vacation, and
Yes.
it was awesome. And I would you'd be cleansing all of your impurities out of your body, sweating it all out, getting the beautiful energy from outdoors, and then you eat a big meal and you're back to normal.
Actually, I run outside on the beach about 4 to 5 days a week, and I call it my think tank.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place where I don't have to fix, change, or solve anything for myself or other people. It's just my time to just go out there and do my best and see what I can do and expand myself. And I feel like the qualities of running have really made me such a stronger person outside of exercise, because for the times that I felt like I couldn't do it anymore and it was so hard, and I push through and I break through these personal barriers like we teach our clients, then that also applies to my outside life.
Well, and what better membership is there than just putting your shoes on and being able to go outside?
Yes.
No matter what the weather is, even if it's a little bit rainy, you can still go outside
Of course you
for a
can.
few minutes and things will dry off. But people feel that they have to have an expensive gym membership.
Right.
They have to have expensive gym clothing.
Right.
And do the coolest new trendy workout that's out there in order to be able to be in the know for fitness right now.
Right. And actually, what I have to say about that is forget the trends of your friends. You are the trend.
Right.
You have to start going out there and doing things that feel good and that feel right to you and that are innate to your strengths.
You wake up and go to bed with yourself. Not with them.
Right.
Well,
That's
maybe
exactly
next to you,
right.
but not them. They're not you.
Right. Well, I feel the key to success for those things is really be honest with ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That truly is my philosophy. If you can be honest with yourself, say you're starting a new workout program and the workout calls for you to start early morning, but guess what? You are not a morning person. Don't do it.
Yeah, you're setting yourself up for failure.
It's going to be too hard to sustain.
That's what I call a revolutionary change in your life, which revolutions don't last. You
Right.
you need to do something evolutionary. So if you're like an afternoon person, you said you have to try that first.
Know who you are.
Yeah.
Because your personality has to align with the behaviors of a program, whether it's a workout or whether it's a diet, because we're looking to sustain change.
Right.
So
Well, and the thing about sustained change is that, and people are saying that key to everything is consistency.
right.
But consistency, I find, sometimes is misleading because people will do the exact same thing.
Yes.
And doing the exact same thing consistently will do a couple of things. Like, for example, if you just do the treadmill the same way every
Right.
day forever, your body gets more efficient at doing that movement, and you'll be
Yes.
burning less calories and getting less effect out of it.
Right.
You're also not addressing other parts of the body that need to be addressed in order to have total health. So it's an interesting thing that... It's an interesting thing that consistency is also about what you're doing. It's not just being consistent. So
That's
if you're
right.
using different modalities, like for example, I see you with your clients, you see me with my clients, we don't do the same thing every single
No,
time.
never.
Yeah, so
Almost never.
So let's talk about consistency with your life. Running, you don't run the same place, the same distance, the same every time.
No, I will say, I'll be the first to admit, I could be guilty of that because when it works, it works.
Right.
Right? But there's also the times where I can't do the same thing over and over. And I try to base my success on how much fun I had and how good I feel, because those are really the two factors.
You know, no one does that. They base it on how
I
much
know.
weight they've lost,
Right.
how sore they were,
Yes. Oh.
and if it was challenging to them in a way that might be hard to overcome.
Yes, or how many sets or reps they accomplished.
Yeah.
Right, and all of those are really unimportant, as you know, in the game of change long term.
Right.
Right, it's
Yeah.
all about feeling good.
Well, and like yourself, I have clients that are older and
I do.
that are in their 60s, 70s, and
I
80s.
do.
And with that, they're not looking to compete against somebody else or
No.
in a competition of some kind. They're almost competing against time. They want to make sure that they're able to be there for their grandchildren, their children, their great-grandchildren, and to see their birthdays and their graduations.
Right, that's why there is no one-size-fits-all. There's no cookie-cutter program really that works for everyone. It's really about understanding who you are, what you want to accomplish, playing to your strength and being honest with yourself. When you are honest with yourself, even if it goes for a diet, you are looking for a new diet, and I think you should evaluate 8 of them, print them all out, see which one matches with who. Because if you choose a diet that asks you to count calories or a food journal and you hate doing that, again, you are not going to be successful.
No, but people make that jump all the time because they feel that this is going to be how I define my new lifestyle, my new direction, and how I'm going to get to my goals, when they're really just telling their entire psyche, you don't matter anymore. This is my new me. The old you doesn't matter, or old me doesn't matter. And so that is a big mistake that I see people make all the time. My clients have made it as well, sometimes with surgeries. I'll see that they think that they want a quicker fix, and that leads to a much longer recovery because there's always a complication in elective surgery. And and if you're out there listening and you have some things that you want to take care of, be sure that it's something you need to have done, because I've had several clients in the last 6 months alone that I've lost for long periods of time because they had elective, unnecessary surgery that a friend of theirs had. That worked out great for the friend, but for them, almost die, one of them. Another one is still having complications, and it's for things that weren't even cosmetic procedures, some of them. So it's like, so it's not worth it. So don't get wrapped up in having to do something to yourself. Do something for yourself.
That's right.
So every morning when you wake up, rather than thinking about what a doctor could do to you, what some new diet system will provide you, like you said, you have to be honest with, what am I doing wrong first? What am I smoking? Am I not drinking enough water? Do I have fat in my diet? Because people eliminate, and you can help us with this because you don't yo-yo anymore, because I've known you for a while and you stayed thin. Fat is important in our diet.
Oh, very important in our diet. Fat helps lubricate the joints. Fat helps us with so many different functions
and the slow
of the
absorption
body.
of the carbohydrates when we eat, so you don't have that same spike of hunger.
Absolutely.
It curbs your hunger and allows you to sustain your energy more. And
it does, just like water is important. I am a girl who really practices balance. I don't follow any particular diets. I don't follow any particular rules, because the moment you start limiting things is the moment you start craving them.
Do you cook?
Yes, moderately.
Yeah, and that's good to know, because people think that you have to be a self-chef to be healthy, and that's,
You might want to talk to my husband about that.
Yeah, really. And, he looks healthy, but
he's healthy.
He eats out.
Yeah, but the thing about finding foods is I love to eat all types of foods. I've never been one who can focus on eliminating anything. Now, I do definitely watch. I try not to eat too many high starchy carbohydrates. I'm not a huge fan of bread, because I love the taste, but I don't love the way I feel after it. And that's another thing. That's another great guidance tip.
Paying attention to what those things make you feel like.
Right, because before I said, everything is about the way you feel, and I think the same thing should be with your foods. I pay attention to the foods that I eat and how they make me feel during and after, and that's a guide for me. I should eat more of that. Maybe I should stay away from that a little bit more. How about you?
Well, I'm very, it's very bizarre, because my whole life I've never liked cream and cheese and buttery things and dairy, just by nature. I mean, it's
that's
not
great.
But I'll eat yogurt, and I love cheesecake for some reason, but I will never have cream cheese. So it's so those things that a lot of people gravitate towards that are their delectable treats, I don't really care about. But bread, I have a loaf of bread with olive oil almost every day. So for me, it's something that I need. I'm a carbohydrate needer. And if I don't have it, my body just shrinks down to nothing, and I'm already small as it is. So it's like, I don't want to be too tiny. So for myself, I have to eat. If I don't eat a lot, I don't have the same fitness level. But some people, they have a metabolism that's not like mine. Mine is like a sparkler. It's just like, it burns so fast. It's very fortunate. I have that opposite problem where if I skip a meal, I just drain all my muscle because I'm not high enough in body fat percentage. But to get your metabolism trained that way, you don't have to work out as hard as I once did to get here. Just for example, the Fit in Seconds workouts that we have that is a sponsor for the show, it's about timing your workouts. You don't have to do Fit in Seconds, but you do have to make sure that you're not eating your food on the way into the gym. Because you're telling your body, hey, there's no reason to really work that hard. And let's take all the blood from your muscles and put it in your digestive system and make you a little bit more tired. You're not going to get that great of a workout. But you and I have seen people walking in to the gym with an energy bar in their mouth or an energy drink or a smoothie to give them energy for their workout, which is the opposite of what your body wants.
Exactly.
So, I mean, that's just, a small thing that I've done is I've changed the timing of my food, because I used to do the same thing. I'd want to eat something on the way there to give myself energy, but that doesn't adapt us to what is our survival metabolism, which makes you burn more fat, burns more calories, and actually makes you stronger. So that's what I've been capitalizing on.
Right. Well, I think that's important to, again, it goes back to knowing yourself. See, you understand your body, you've paid attention, you see what's worked, what's not. And I think so many people are scared to take that first step because they think they have to completely change themselves.
Well, and vegetables I find are the hardest thing.
For you to digest.
Not me, no, but to get people to eat.
People to eat vegetables.
They don't like them. They think that there's something weak about eating a salad when some of the strongest animals on the planet, that's what they eat, all the time. There's a monkey is 10 times stronger than we'll ever be, and they're eating, leaves and greens and vegetables and fruits all day long.
I think a good general rule for people, and this is the rule I try to follow personally as well, I try to have a fruit or vegetable with every meal.
That's good.
Just by making that one small change, that can significantly reduce the damage of unhealthier food choices. For those people who are just trying to get started or they don't know where to begin, I think that's a great tip for them to just aim for balance, try to have a fruit or vegetable with each meal.
And that's what, growing up, I didn't like vegetables. So my mom would chop up a little cucumber, a little tomato, and I actually would eat that. I wouldn't eat a salad. Now that when I got in my 20s, 30s, and was doing ultra-endurance athletics and all these things, I had to eat healthier. But now, I live in Los Angeles, as you do, Mrs. Winston's and Whole Foods, and there are these salad buffets that are anywhere in the country you can probably find one, but this Mrs. Winston's, if you ever come to LA, has probably 300 different things on the salad bar, and that is what I like to do, is get as many colors, textures, everything from sprouts to legumes to to root vegetables to leafy greens, and then some fruits and some nuts, and by the time you're done with that salad, your body's so healthy and you're feeling so strong.
Yes.
And all it takes is the nutrients that go into your body to be in alignment with who you are,
right?
Which is what we are, which is nature. We don't want to eat processed.
That makes success, to be in alignment with who you are and things that feel good. Like if I were to go out, I love protein, but foods that don't make me feel good is pasta or a burger. I get very lethargic after, and I feel like I just want to sit on the couch and do nothing. So would I be making...
And a lot of people out there can probably say the same thing, that they have foods that they've eaten that they feel like it's a Thanksgiving dinner afterwards, where they just want to sit back.
Yeah, take a nap.
Maybe the wrong food for you.
Exactly. So then I start to think, well, how do I want to perform? Do I want to perform optimally? And you start to evaluate your days. Are you going to exercise? And when you're going to exercise, how do I want to eat before my workouts? How do I want to feel? What should I be eating after? I like to think of eating as fuel.
It's exactly what it is.
Right.
Food is fuel.
Yes.
That is all it is.
That's it.
And when you eat past fuel, then you're storing.
Yeah.
And storage takes energy, which drains your actual energy for your physical life. And so that's exactly what I've been telling. And it's so funny because even on your website, you have a phrase that we're very much in alignment, because I've used since, I think, 1990, get fit and stay fit.
Right.
And on your site, I saw the first page, it says, learn how to get fit and stay fit. And so it's all about the long-term goal.
It is. We're all searching for three things. We all want to like ourselves, we all want to be happy, and we all want to be healthy and strong, right? And I think that's the big picture goal for all of us. And we got to find ways.
Some people, they look for happiness first.
Right.
And they forget about the two crucial elements, which is your health.
Right.
And that means in the way that you're giving yourself energy. And those things will always make it so it's harder to be happy.
Right. And so many people come to me, and I'm sure you've got this, like, how am I going to change? I've had this habit forever, and I've been focusing on losing weight for 10 years, and I'm never going to be any different, but I really want to. And they've got this inner conflict. And I say to them...
And a surgery design in their head instead of doing this.
Right.
they always bring that up in the conversation. Maybe I should just have this sucked out, or have this new
they grab
ice
something.
procedure.
Yeah, maybe a quarter of an inch, by the way.
Exactly.
In LA.
Exactly. You know, they're like, oh my God, I got to kill myself. Callista Flockhart walked in here, and now I feel fat. It's like,
Right.
It's like, oh my God. No, sorry, Callista. You still look thin and wonderful. And so it's a good tribute to you.
So for me, tell me what you do. So for me, when I talk to people about change, I say the first rule is about change is you got to value yourself, because it is really hard to change what you don't value.
Yeah. I always say, know that you're ready to change.
Right,
because
your readiness.
My energy that I'm going to put into your change is going to probably be more than yours in making your own change. So I'm not going to waste my energy. If you're not ready to change, let's wait.
Right.
And that's the whole thing, is sometimes people, I'll get 3 sessions in and they cancel 1 or 2, and then they cancel another one, and then there's always a great excuse, but there's never an excuse to avoid your own health unless you're avoiding it.
And no one really ever regrets a workout. Let's be honest.
Not afterwards.
No,
Unless
there's
they got
so
a
much
parking ticket, maybe.
anticipation
That's happened a couple
before.
times.
Yeah,
It is
in
LA.
our area where we go to the gym, yes,
Yeah.
it has.
Yes.
But I mean, have you ever heard of the 5 stages of change?
No.
You should Google this, and so should everybody else out there. Google the 5 stages of change, and it talks about what phase that you're in. And it's really helpful if you can identify where you're in. If you're in pre-contemplation, so you're like, oh, I really want to change. It's been on my mind. It's something, you're doing. Maybe you're in a different...
Is the change for them or for someone in their life?
No, the change is this... ruler is based for your own self, where you are, recognizing where you are, because I think that's so important. Accepting where you are, because acceptance is really the first part of change. And then where are you? Are you in an action phase? Have you set everything up in your life that, I'm going to wake up a half hour early. I'm now going to make my lunch. I'm now going to, reprioritize my schedule.
And how about why the change is being made? Is it that they're sick of being this way? Are they in the end of a bad relationship that's moving into a new place? Have they been told by a doctor that if they don't make a change, they're going to die or be worse off, live in a horrible state?
Right.
I mean, so those are all part of the change too.
Absolutely. Your why has to be very meaningful in order for you to sustain it.
Yeah. And
very powerful.
And if people do really take this seriously, the magazines that are out every month that have the same information over and over might not exist, because people would be listening and doing the things that they say they want to do. I mean, there wouldn't be so many. It's like AA.
Right.
People are always trying to get in better health and try and do better for themselves, but they sabotage themselves in many ways.
Jamie Lee Curtis, I recently listened to her speak, and she had this phrase that I absolutely love. She said, better to be your best than to beat the rest. And I really love that so much.
Say that one more time. I want people to hear that.
Better to be your best than to beat the rest. Right? And that's a very powerful statement, because we often, again, our society compare. And when you compare, you also despair.
Yeah.
Right? So I think being your own healthy competitor.
Well, and with that being said, I want to just bring up something so I don't forget that my little nephew, my big nephew, Carson, right now, you hear me, Carson? You're on your way to your meet. The Virgins champs are going against the Burlington Tennis Club. Good luck today, but do your best. And if you don't beat the rest, it's okay. And if you do beat the rest, be nice to them. Because a good winner is a good thing to be.
That's
all right.
right.
So I love you, kid, and I hope that you do really well today. And I love you, Candace. It's my sister. She's driving. Drive safe. She's in Vermont. Hopefully there's no snow. It's summer.
It's summer over
this
there.
is the week and a half you guys don't have snow. So I hope you guys are driving safe. But getting back to the reasons to change.
The reasons to change. And it's... If I could give, because of my journey with weight loss, and because it's been so long, and there's been so many obstacles, and there's been so many personal breakthroughs that I've had, the biggest lessons that I can share with people that I have learned is to have a flexible mindset. You've got to develop the ability to meet yourself wherever you are that day and accept it. Because if I go out and I say, I'm going to run 4 miles, but guess what? Time happened, traffic happened, life happened, and I can only go out and do 2.5. If I don't celebrate what I could do,
Okay,
this
we're
is the
going to
problem.
hold that thought. We're going to come back and talk more about that in a moment. We're at our first commercial break. You're listening to See It Clearly. You can also, on the break, go to ChristineLusita.com. That's Christine, C-H-R, and Lusita is L-U-S-I-T-A. ChristineLusita.com. We're going to come right back, finish that, a thought that you had, and we're going to talk a little bit more about health and wellness for all. And once again, the show is brought to you by Fit in Seconds. Fit in Seconds is your first pre-meal workout. And Carson, go get him in the pool. We'll be right
Go
back.
get him, Carson.
I told you once, yes, I told you twice, but you never listened my advice. I get you walking with that bug and I'm gonna set you free. Oh, I'm gonna set you free. Girls like a lady, so soft and slow. She feels like a lady. Ooh, I can't let go. She smiles like a lady, smiling all night long. The crowd's like a
We know there are
baby.
many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
SoCal NOMA, the Southern California chapter of the National Organization of Minority Architects, is hosting its 6th annual 3-day summer camp on 3 consecutive Saturdays in August. August 1st, August 8th, and August 15th for young people ages 10 through 16. Campers will enjoy a 1-day field trip to iconic architectural buildings throughout Los Angeles and 2 days of hands-on building design experiences, including how to use a 3-dimensional computer software program. The total cost of the camp is just $100 per camper and includes lunch, snacks, and it lasts all day from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. To learn more and to register, please go to SoCalNOMA.org. That's SoCalNOMA.org and click on the Camp NOMA page. SoCal NOMA, proud sponsors of LA Talk Live and the Talk Live Broadcast Network.
Do you or does someone you know have sickle cell disease? Have you heard about the EPIC study? It's an international research study evaluating an investigational drug aimed at shortening the duration of painful crisis. And with over 50 sites in the U.S., there may be a site near you. To learn more and to find out if the EPIC study is right for you, visit www.theepicstudy.com.
I lost 4.5 inches on my waist. I went down 2 loops on my belt. I've lost 10 pounds.
Hi, I'm Michael Carson, America's fitness coach. Here to teach you how to burn body fat with every meal in only seconds a day. Fit in Seconds is a video workout program designed to accelerate your metabolism, resulting in burning fat with every meal. My Fit in Seconds video workouts will train your metabolism to use food as fuel, not as storage.
With Fit in Seconds, I lost 27 pounds and 5 inches off my waistline.
It's time to get fit in seconds.
Should have known you were bad news from the bad boy demeanor and the tattoo.
We are back to See It Clearly, and we're listening to a song. Who is this? This is Iggy Azalea and Jennifer Hudson. I want to hear this for a few seconds. It's got a nice, good summer upbeat pep.
Yeah, it does.
Pep. And we're here with Christine Lusita from ChristineLusita.com, talking about fitness, talking about health, talking about happiness and how to get there.
Right.
And as we went to the break, you were talking specifically about your own journey and some of the tweaks you had to make in order to make sure that you were on your right goal.
Yes.
Tell me about it.
There's a couple of tweaks that I've made. And first of all, I started doing things that I know I can do. Because right off the bat, I had to establish confidence.
So you didn't sign up for a Mount Everest trip?
Exactly.
Like, I'm sorry, one of my clients he's only doing part of it, but people do that. They sign up for Mount Everest.
Right.
They've never climbed the Santa Monica Mountains.
It's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started doing things, and that was so basic for me. And I really want to encourage people to take those first steps by literally, if you just walk on a treadmill for 5 minutes or a couple of blocks outside, people have to remember there are no right or wrong workouts.
No.
It's just what works for you.
Or length of time for your workout.
Right.
Because people think that you have to do 30 minutes 5 times a week,
right.
Because that's what the government is telling us.
That's so old school.
150 minutes a week. If you don't get there, well, then you're a loser, and you might as well just open the beer, sit back, not do anything. And that's
Right.
the message that we're being given.
Right, and that's the wrong message, and you and I both know that, and luckily we are in a position to educate people. So that was first and foremost. I had to start off with doing something that I know I can do, which really helped me build my confidence. The second thing I did was pace myself, right? So I did not choose to look for a workout buddy. Now, some people that works for and some it doesn't, but it was more important to me to focus on the way I felt. And I didn't want to have anyone around. I didn't want to try to beat anyone. I'm naturally competitive.
It's so smart in a way because the emotions of the other people can sometimes derail what you've got going on. And it's like, because you want to help them too. So all of a sudden you make it about them.
Yeah.
Which I've done. And it's like, no, this is about, you got to make it about you.
Or you want to beat them.
Yeah. Because
I am competitive.
Growing up, I should have let some of my friends beat me more. I think it caused some tension because I was...
You're a little too competitive, but that's okay.
I wasn't so much competitive. I was just a good athlete. So it's like, why should I lose if I don't have to?
And you shouldn't. You should always do your best.
Yeah.
And that was another thing was I had to go out there and I had to make a promise to myself. And that promise was to do the best to my best ability. And if I were doing that, then I could never fail. And that was really important internal messaging that I needed to tell myself. Because, again, compare with other people and then you despair. So I really had to develop that skill. Then also, the other skill I was talking about right before the break, which is really important for people, is to be able to meet yourself wherever you are that day. You're not always going to be able to give 100%, but that's okay.
Or should give 100%.
Right.
Some days you shouldn't.
That's right. And and wherever you are, accept it. I was saying that if I set out to run 4 miles and I only had time to do 2.5, either I can spend my time discounting the positive, which is really, a distortion that none of us want to fall into, a mind trap, or I can celebrate my small fitness milestones. And I think that's much more important to do because then I get excited for the next time. Oh, okay. And the days that you're tired.
And you have gratitude when you're done with a workout that you were able to complete it. And we're in a building that has a physical therapy office next to us. Excuse me. And there are a number of handicapped individuals and people that have had severe injuries and severe traumas. And when I leave the studio, I'm met with such a reality sometimes that the gifts that I have to be able to walk around, use my hands, have balance, to take those for granted and just pile on pounds and be bad to myself and give myself high blood pressure. I mean, you and I have very wealthy clientele.
Yes, we
and
do.
Sometimes, and this is not, I'm saying this out of reality, they don't look at us as equal in a way, but we know more about staying alive and being healthy and having your body feel good than they want to know. And I don't understand that. When you have all of the world at your fingertips, but you don't want the world that you are.
But money can't buy happiness, and you and I
Or
both
health.
know that.
Or
Right.
health. And that's, but they think they can bypass the need to do what others do because of the wealth.
Well, I want to teach you something. Actually, I was working with a Saudi Arabian family for many years, and they had this doctor who traveled with them. He's a very worldly doctor, and he always said to me, Christine, health is wealth. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, everything is lost.
Yeah.
And that has always stuck with me.
And it's so true. And it's been, I think it's the hardest part of my career, is watching people that I know that are ridiculously intelligent, high IQs, have built amazing industry, doing the wrong thing.
Well, also, I think exercise and physical activities and movement is puts people in a very vulnerable place because we're really, what we're doing and what exercise does, and this is why I became a fitness expert to begin with, is it really helps us expand our window of tolerance for being uncomfortable. So it's like we've got to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. And that's why starting off really small and pacing yourself and then celebrating what you are doing is really the greatest way for people to go and get off the couch and get started, because any movement is progress.
Absolutely. And excuse me, and mentally too, there was something I was reading yesterday. I'm sorry, I can't remember who the author was, but he had this great exercise that you do, and I'd want people to do this while they're exercising, doing their cardio or walking or running, is to take 3 things and think of 3 things in the world, not just in your personal space next to you, that you're grateful for every day. And he says do this for 21 days straight.
Right.
And the enlightenment of what it does and how it opens up your mind to see the beautiful things and the things that you are happy for. And it can't just be I'm happy for my child, I'm happy for my job.
Right.
It's got to be, I'm happy that my child can hold me and love me, knowing that I'm giving them the love that they deserve. That's the type of thing you have to do. When you come up with those 3 things every day for 3 weeks straight,
Right.
There's a light that's coming out of you and being brought into you that wasn't there before.
Well, gratitude is like a flashlight, and it highlights the mundane and makes everything look good. And I'm a big practitioner of mindfulness. I've been practicing mindfulness for about 7.5 years. And actually, what I was going to say to you, we need to start a gratitude practice, right? Let's put out on Facebook today for people to follow us, and we will do a 21-day practice of gratitude. And what we'll ask people to do is to highlight 3 things that went well in their day, right? Because I think that's a little bit easier, softer
Absolutely.
approach for people to sort of connect
And it's tangible.
with.
It's right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Tangible, that doesn't depend on anyone else. So just list for us 3 things that has gone good in your day, and let's do it together. And Michael and I will post our 3 things every day that went good in our day. I think that's really important.
I will do that starting today.
Me too.
Yeah.
And I will also, that was another thing about how to have successful change. Something I do after every single workout is I take a couple of deep breaths and I practice gratitude for my efforts that I just put in. Because being a runner, some days are a lot harder than others, right? I mean,
some days are so fun because you're like,
it's just
where's
a
the spring
breeze.
coming from?
Yes, you have a breeze, your mind is at ease. But then on those other days when we're busy, like all of us get, our mind, either we're anxious about something or worrying about something.
Call it a cosmic storm. Could be anything going on.
Anything going on. I happen to be a worrier, so I'll just think that I need to change the world in the middle of my running session, and you're like, and those are the days that it's really a lot harder. So again, practicing, mindfulness and being grateful for the things that we can do and celebrating our small successes.
And your husband's now preparing for something.
He is.
And
I'm so
him?
excited for you, Jay. He is celebrating. He is celebrating. Well, we
He
are
will
going to be
be.
celebrating. Yes. He is training for a triathlon in Malibu for
Oh, that one?
September.
Oh, fantastic.
And
That's the celebrity one, right? That has,
I think there's some celebrities
There's
involved.
going to be some J-Lo booty there.
Yeah,
probably.
I'm sure of it.
Yeah.
I'm sure of it.
She was there last year. 2 years ago. 2 years ago, was it?
Yeah, so he's doing great. He's swimming is his hardest challenge. Well, actually, I should say running. So I took him running yesterday for a little over 4 miles. I'm happy to say that he survived, and he did really, really good.
Where do you guys run?
Over in Santa Monica Beach.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my favorite place to run. You'll probably catch me there a couple times a week, for sure.
Deep sand or?
No, not in the deep sand, just on the beach path.
Gotcha.
I'll run anywhere, maybe between 3 and 5 miles. Really depends on what kind of time I have and what kind of mode I'm in and how my body's
with
feeling.
the boxer, with your dog?
I do. My cute little dog, Lily. Oh, she's so yummy. We tuckered her out yesterday.
Did you?
And it's really hot. And let's give some advice for people who are doing physical activities outdoors in the summer. Please stay hydrated. Yesterday, I drank 2 bottles of water and my legs were still cramping.
Well, and take it from me, because I'm going back for more skin cancer shoulder surgery next month. Sunblock.
Yes,
and
sunblock.
avoid 11 to 1 p.m. in the outdoors, which is what I used to do. I would go from like 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the mountains, shirtless with a iPod and sunblock that comes off in about 20 minutes, and it's just a silly thing to do. It's a Southern California thing to do, but it's a silly thing to do. So sunblock, I know, and people tell me all this, I don't like it, sticky, it makes me hot. Put it on. I don't care how old you are, if you're 70 or 7, you need to have it, because I've gotten rid of so much skin cancer and I don't want to have to hear about anybody else getting it. So
That's right. And actually, I have a friend and client, Pale Girl Speaks. She gives great advice about sun protection. She is the shady lady,
She's
as we
the
call
shady
it.
lady?
She's the shady lady, Hillary Fogelson, and she has some great advice, and she's a 3-time melanoma survivor.
Hillary Fogelson.
Hillary Fogelson, and she's got some great sun advice. So follow it. Sun protection is very important.
That up myself too, because she might have some. And it's funny. There's a new supplement that you can take that actually strengthens your body against the sun. In fact, maybe I'll bring up a packet next week, because I started taking it occasionally, and it protects you from the sun from inside out.
Oh, wow.
It
She's
just-
up on all the studies of that, so
Yeah.
she'd be a good person to check with on that.
I will have to check that
Yeah,
out.
but melanoma is a very serious disease.
We should have her on the show.
So,
Yeah.
she might want to come.
Well, and besides hydrating and besides sunblock, you want to make sure that before and after you have hydrated before and after your workout, because when you're running, the chances are you're not going to do a lot of drinking.
Right.
As much as we want people to drink every 15 to 30 minutes when you're exercising, when you're running and you're in a flow, it's probably better not to stop.
Right. But if you are going to run any more than 30 to 40 minutes in the heat, I definitely suggest wearing a water belt.
Yeah.
Sipping a couple sips.
Very smart.
Slapping it back on and doing it.
And afterwards, replenishing your electrolytes is important. There's been a lot of studies in the last week alone which say that if you drink too much water, it can be bad for you more than better for you because of the way that it dissipates the sodium in your system. So you'll be able, your nerves won't work, your muscles won't work. So you do have to replace that too.
Right.
So a banana, a protein bar.
Right. What are your favorite pre-workout foods?
Well, and it's always an hour and a half minimum before that I'll
Agreed.
eat, but it's usually very small. I don't like to... now what it's become, an hour before I'll have a small piece of chocolate maybe. Dark chocolate, and that's it, because I want to have a huge meal 2.5 hours or 3 hours beforehand that and I'm not digesting at all. So what I've done for my new workouts, because I've just started working out again. For 4 months I was only doing my Fit in Seconds workouts and to prove that I could maintain my muscle mass, and I stayed...
You've done a good job. You look great.
I did okay, thank you.
Yeah,
I stayed at 5% body fat. I lost 1 pound of weight compared to my normal mass over 4 weeks, so I did pretty good maintaining it.
Yeah.
But now I trying to have a huge meal and not digest anywhere near my workout time. That way I'm drawing from my survival mechanisms, and I eat right after my workout, and I build all those muscles immediately. So I'm doing less working out than I've ever had to do, and I'm getting result faster than I ever had to do, and it's great. And I just got a new jump rope in the mail. I'm ready to try that later today.
Yay.
If you guys ever used the Batwing jump rope, it's pretty. It's ergonomically designed for your hands, and it's a company called Ironwear Fitness that I worked for a while, and don't work for them anymore, so I had to pay for this one. But
bummer.
I know, because I had 3 of them, but I moved, and they're in a box somewhere, and you know when you move sometimes and things get in storage, you can't find it.
Oh yeah.
But the reason I bring it up is jump rope is a great tool to keep with you too if you like to jump rope.
Right.
If you don't like to jump rope, it's a horrible tool because you won't use it.
Right.
But it's a great gym. Sneakers and a jump rope, you don't need anything more. You can run and jump rope, and basically if you're a boxer, that's almost 75% of what your training is for strength and cardiovascular training. So you'd be training like a boxer.
Right, and let's talk a little bit about strength training for people, because I think that people are too focused on the mirror muscles.
Correct.
In the gym, and we're forgetting about some of the most important muscles of our body. Not only our core, but our posterior muscles, because we are spending, right? Let's both correct our posture.
I'm sitting here digging
I know,
into
I am
my
too,
microphone.
right?
We're up.
Yeah.
The studio is designed to slouch us.
Of course, but you know, we're spending just way too much time on our computers or on our cell phones. Our heads are really forward, and so I like to do a couple of red light challenges. If you're in the car and you're listening to this right now or
Candace.
every day, right, Candace? What a great thing to do. I like to just pinch your shoulder blades back. Think about Superman chest. Superman has a chest that sticks up and out. That's just a great way to correct your posture.
It is. And if you get pulled over for a ticket, it's a great way to get out of a ticket.
Yeah. Hey, I'm correcting my posture. Excuse me, I'm doing a red light challenge.
Yes.
Don't mind me. But just being more aware of our posture. And I, for me, everybody that I work with has a part of posture training in every single one of their sessions, including my own workout sessions. Because again, when you get to a certain age, I'd say over 30 or 35, gravity starts to happen.
And now it's even more than ever because kids are given cell phones.
That's
we never
right.
had a cell phone at that
That's
age. We never had a
right.
PlayStation in our hands at that age.
Oh, gosh.
Computer, never had it at that age. So these kids at age 20 have spinal curvatures that we never would have dreamt of having until we were our age.
Right, and we need to really limit their time on these type of devices. They
We
need to
do.
go out and get bruises and play and have fun, and that's what that. Let's talk a little bit about the trends of workouts right now too.
Sure.
I'm finding that everything is going back to a sense of childhood and a sense of play. For me, we were listening to that music at the beginning of the opening segment. I love music, and I'm an 80s girl all the way, and I believe about, we are responsible for bringing the fun to our physical activities, right? So we've got to do things that, like, again, feel good to us. Play softball, go play volleyball, go for a swim, go for a hike. Forget the old school methods of counting sets and reps. Just get out there and have fun. And if you're sweating, you're smiling, then you can sustain.
Because lifting weights for a lot of people is just for beauty.
Right.
And they don't understand that if you do it in the proper sequence, you're both going to lose more body fat without having to work harder, and you're going to shape your entire body and make your foundation really strong. I mean, we all know some guys from the 80s and 90s that were TV buff guys that had giant upper bodies and no legs. And they're these huge hulking individuals that were not really fit. They were just buff. And it's a different thing. You know, if you can't swing your arms...
You're buff, but you can't bring your arm up to 90 degrees. There's a problem.
So if you need some help washing your own armpits, it's a tough thing. But when it comes to weight resistance training and burning calories and maximizing a short amount of time for your workouts, it's a great thing to add as well.
Right.
And people don't think of yoga as weight resistance training, but it is.
Right. There's so many different levels. You can get stronger at the joint. You can get stronger at the muscle. I mean, I try not to overcomplicate it. I'm sure you probably have the same method,
You
too.
have to dumb it down.
Right. Like for all of us, you know, I try not to overcomplicate. I just know for 2 to 3 times a week, I've got to be inside the gym, and I've got to be picking up weights, and I've got to be doing weight resistance training for many different reasons. For optimal body health, we've got things flying out of the ceiling. Woo! For optimal body health, to maintain a leaner muscle mass, because larger muscles.
We're going to take another break.
Yeah.
We don't have the 80s for you, but I have the 90s. Got TLC, My Life.
Oh, I
Remember
like
that song?
it.
Can we have got a little volume on that? Let's see. There we go. Well, you're listening to See It Clearly. We've got a little bit more to talk about here today. Christine, you have a lot of knowledge, and thankfully it's so similar to mine that when we talk, I feel like, yes, someone is validating what I think. So we're going to come right back. The show today is brought to you by Fit in Seconds. You can go to fitinseconds.com, and you can also go to ChristineLusita.com. That's Christine, C-H-R, and Lusita is Lusita.com. And we'll be right back. Here is TLC.
Everybody and their mama try to do it. I done that, been through that, so there ain't nothing that you can tell me. On a good night, if I feel like me and the girls at the club and tear up. It's my life, and I believe it don't affect nobody else but me. I'm sick and tired of folks who wanna come around, claim they gon' get down.
We know there are many choices in internet radio, and the staff and host of LA Talk Live would like to thank you for choosing the internet's hottest destination for the most eclectic sound and invigorating talk. This is LA Talk Live. We are more than just talk.
Disability awareness experts, empowering and advocating for the rights of people with disabilities. The professional consultants at Disability Awareness Experts create awareness through consultation for ADA legislation and federal compliance, fair hiring practices, and educating businesses on how to hire people with disabilities. With affordable prices offered at different levels, our mission is to empower the lives of people with disabilities and enhance employment opportunities. For more information, visit www.daexperts.net. That's www.daexperts.net. Or call 202-549-4793. The Disability Awareness Experts, educating and empowering individuals with disabilities. Proud sponsors of the Veterans Day Live.
I lost 4.5 inches on my waist. I went down 2 loops on my belt. I've lost 10 pounds.
Hi, I'm Michael Carson, America's fitness coach. Here to teach you how to burn body fat with every meal in only seconds a day. Fit in Seconds is a video workout program designed to accelerate your metabolism, resulting in burning fat with every meal. My Fit in Seconds video workouts will train your metabolism to use food as fuel, not as storage.
With Fit in Seconds, I lost 27 pounds and 5 inches off my waistline.
It's time to get fit in seconds.
Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Come my lady, come my lady, you're my butterfly, sugar, baby. Such a sexy, pretty little thing. This paper bitch, you got me.
All right, I'm back. This is Michael talking to you live from See It Clearly, and that is Butterfly from Crazy Town. This is another one from the 90s. Remember this? Summertime. Somewhat pool party. There's always a pool party that I would get too late, and everyone was already
I was kind of into
leaving.
the hip hop in the 90s.
Were you?
Yeah,
I can see you with big
hip-hop.
socks and a hat.
Oh gosh,
sideways.
and from New York.
Well, I'm talking about apparel. You have a clothing line. You have some new pants on. Let's talk about that.
I'm so excited. So I created this workout pant line for body types like mine. I created a very high-waisted thing. No matter what weight I felt comfortable in. There are certain pants that are made that are very low cut that give you muffin top, and nobody feels good when they're wearing pants like that. So I went out and I designed these beautiful, beautiful pants that I can customize to anyone's body. They come in all different colors. They're going to be coming out later on this year. You can go to ChristineLusita.com to find out more about them. They're very affordable, and I really made these for women who have normal body types like me. I am a fitness professional.
So Gwyneth Paltrow shouldn't buy this.
Well, she'll actually probably look very beautiful in them. They do work with every woman.
Everything she wears is about this big.
I know, it's very tiny. Well, she's gorgeous, and she can do that, so let's give her credit.
She's good credit to staying that thin, but it's a message I don't want to project to other people. You don't need to be that thin.
No. See, I represent, I feel, 99.9% of the people who are not supermodels, who are not celebrities, right? Even though I love fitness, I really make it normal. I'm not a fitness crazy nut. I don't live
and that's
for
why
fitness.
I like you, because you're realistic.
Yes, I'm practical. Yeah. I think we have to be really practical because we live in a practical world, not in a perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so
practically
that's important.
Perfect, though.
Yes, in Los Angeles, closer to it,
as close as you can.
Yeah.
And with that though, you're trying to help people with their dieting.
Yes.
And the word diet is a tough one because people look at that as punishment when they're doing a diet. But you're starting and almost in completion of a diet book as well.
Yeah, it's called Diets Don't Succeed, People Do. Right, and I am a firm believer that as soon as we start to use the word diet, it automatically is associated with deprivation, and then living without. And who wants to live a life of being limited?
It's like,
right.
It's like a prison sentence.
It is like a prison
I have this
sentence.
Diet sentence.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I really think it's important for people to understand. So I talk about my personal journey in this book, and I'm giving people guidelines of all of the obstacles that I faced and how to work through them, because I also suffered from depression and anxiety early on, and I think that was sort of a trigger to some of my weight gain.
And some of it was the foods you were eating that create that in your body as well.
A lot of that was high sugared foods that were making me really moody, or really high saturated fat foods that I could really, I was sort of...
It's like the candida yeast connection that they have, that they talk about, that the foods that you eat, they do alter the personality of the person.
There are chemicals in all of these foods. Yeah, so
your body's fighting.
Yes,
and
they
acidic
do.
and inflamed and not happy.
And I'm very Italian, so you eat for every occasion and you eat for every emotion.
Yes.
Right? So these were all habits that I had to sort of navigate on this very long journey of discovering myself and really understanding myself and being able to be kind to myself in the times that were really high stress. And a big part of my book talks about how to deal with stress in today's world, because it's really not about... it's really about preventing our stress, right? We've got to be able to meet ourselves again.
That's something I can use.
Yes.
Because of literally commuting in LA, I allow myself to get too wound up because I'm always on a second-to-second basis, and recognizing ahead of time. And I've done this, and just today on the way here, I said, get in the car and be ready, because everybody's going to cut you off.
Yes.
Everyone's going to try and be faster than you with the light. And today it was going on that way, but I said it before I got in the car as opposed to reacted to it when it happened to me in the car.
Right.
So I beat it. I headed it off at the pass. I can't do it all the time, but today I consciously did it. So
that's great, and that's a great effort. And it's because it's really hard to make wise choices when we're under a lot of stress. So the idea is, again, to try to prevent it so we can...
Explains Charlie Sheen's life in general, huh? All these choices he makes. A little stress.
Poor Charlie.
Yeah.
So I talk about all of these different obstacles that one faces on a weight loss journey, whether it's it's negative self-talk, whether it's discounting some of the positive things that happen in our life, whether it's overusing the word should. We really need to replace the word should with prefer. Right, we need to have a much more flexible mindset when setting goals. Again, we need to value ourselves. There's so many different avenues that one faces on a weight loss journey.
Outside influences like a sister, a brother, a husband, a wife, a daughter, that try to derail you too, because they don't want... Sometimes people that are in the same place you're at and see you trying to make strides to better yourself, they sabotage you.
Right.
And I'm sure that's come up.
Of course. And what I say to that is you don't need anyone to believe in you for your dreams to come true. All you need to do is believe in yourself. So I say focus all of your energy not on changing the past because you can't, but on creating the new. I think that's actually a Socrates quote that I really, really like. He said the secret to change is focusing all of your energy on what you can do now. Forget the past. It's over. You can't change anything about it.
It's done what it's going to do to you.
Right.
Why allow it to do more?
Right.
Especially if it's negative.
Right.
Don't. You know,
Right.
if it's a positive reinforcement, you don't have to go back because it's there already.
Actually, I'm a very faithful person. I was just listening to Joel Osteen on the way in here, and one of the things he said is that happiness is a choice. And I really like that because we can choose to say what type of day that we're going to have. And we can choose to say, hey, today is going to be a good day. That's our choice.
And even take that further, you can choose also to acknowledge your fellow man. And the days that you engage other people and say hello and allow them to give it back, you have a much more productive day.
Oh, yes.
And I find that people close down in this town when they feel maybe that the world's against them or they're not doing enough, or they've got everything going and they're afraid to engage anybody else that might take it away from them. You've got to, the more energy that we exchange with individuals, the more energy we're going to have.
Right. Everyone go look up the Optimist Creed. I've got it in my office. I've got it in my car.
That's a book.
It's a creed. Actually, it's just like 5 sentences. It's a self-promise. And one of them in there, there's so many good ones. To be so strong that nothing can disturb your peace of mind. And one of them is to look everybody that you meet in the eye and greet them with a smile. And make them feel like they have something special.
I try.
Because just that little bit of eye contact, that little bit of connection with people, a little smile can really shift and change someone's day. And you know what? It can change your day for the better, too.
And I've got to get stronger at not getting upset when the person that I've said that to just disregards it and doesn't care.
Right.
I used to count on the way from my
course.
car to teaching my class at Sports Club LA how many people would say hello or not say hello.
Right.
11 in a row not saying hello back one time.
Right.
11 people in a row. I was like, what do I... And I had to go teach my class. I'm like, do I even exist? Am I invisible? What the hell?
Then and that's happened to me before, too. And so then I question my motive why I'm doing it.
And you're a woman. And
Right.
you're a pretty woman. You think that...
Thank you.
Guys would definitely say hi.
Yeah, but people are in their own funk and they're doing their own thing. So I look for, from now on at this point forward in my life, I look for validation from within. And I question, this is how I learn. I'm always on a path of learning and growing. And I look at people as life lessons. What can I learn? Either what to do or what not to do. Right? And so I look for that self-validation from within and give that self-praise. And everyone should be praising yourself at some point, once a day. Reflect for a moment upon all of your positive strengths.
And I think that actually draws other people into making the compliment to you as well, because when they feel that you're not closed in, and you just shine differently. You know, it's and when you first came back to the gym that you and I see each other, we saw each other for a while and then you weren't there for a while. It was great. We had that
we were
same
both excited to see each other.
Like,
yeah,
there you are.
Hi, how are you?
And the only reason is that I think we trust each other's energy.
Yes.
And we don't have a problem with, because you've been in that gym. There are some energies that you go, wow, okay.
Yes, it's competitive.
Not as many as other gyms though.
Right.
Some of the other gyms.
Yeah, we are lucky.
We're a very family style. Over at Pro Gym in Brentwood, if you're looking for a gym in West Los Angeles that's non-pretentious and gives you all the home and family feeling of Cheers, the TV show.
Yeah, so true.
It is. You walk in there, hey Norm. So it'd be Pro Gym on Montana Avenue. You could check that out, and we'd be very happy to give you a guided tour.
Yes, we would be. We would be. It's a fun environment.
Yeah, I was there earlier. I'm going to be there tomorrow.
I shall be there tomorrow as well.
Will you?
Yes, I will.
Yeah,
yes,
I've been training there since 1994.
Oh my
I mean,
goodness.
they relocated it at the building next to the building, but that's how long it's been. And
wow.
Used to be quite a celebrity scene there.
Oh, there was. When I was there was many celebrities. We would see Calista and Harrison, Sally Field.
Sally Field all the time.
Yeah.
My client actually... he said, I wonder if I can get Sally to kiss me. And I go, you can't do that. He goes,
oh, goodness.
He said to her, he goes, it's my birthday. Would you give me a kiss? And she said, all right. And she gave him a big kiss on the lips.
She's so cute.
She's adorable.
Let's talk about the misconception quick of celebrities, because a lot of people look at celebrities' bodies and they think, oh my God, either they're just naturally gifted. They work so hard. Oh
Jennifer Garner works so hard. Jessica Biel works so hard.
Right.
They were in the gym, working almost too hard in some cases. Julia Roberts works hard. I got to train Cindy Crawford a few times because of another trainer that was unable to do it. She works hard. Benicio del Toro works out hard, which you wouldn't think because he can barely breathe because he smokes so much.
Yeah.
But
and Sally Field, when I saw her, was working out so hard. I had to like do a double take. I'm like, wow.
Do you hear all those names we've dropped?
Yeah.
I mean, we are dropping names.
Yeah, we are dropping names.
But we don't train them. We're just the people
just
that
in
train
their
them talk
environment.
about. Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had our fair share.
Oh yes. Well, no, I did train a couple of those. I shouldn't say that, but that's not important. The most important thing is that celebrities do work hard, and the ones that work the hardest don't get the surgeries the most.
Right.
There's things that you can do, injections you can do, and things that stay on the outside of the body. Oh no, here we are.
There's no quick fixes, guys.
I got a quick story for this song before we go.
Okay.
This is "Weak at the Knees" by Steve Arrington in 1984. My father took a jump, and some guys said, "Hey, do you want to produce a concert with a cool funk band, Steve Arrington and the All-Stars?" And so my father put his money in there and promoted this. And during the concert, people broke in through the bathroom windows and broke in through the side windows, and the thing went crazy. And there were mosh pits that people were fighting each other. And that was the last concert that he did. But this was the band that was playing "Weak at the Knees" by Steve Arrington. The story probably didn't make much sense. Anyway, let's go back to what we were talking about. Thank you for joining me today, Christine. We're going to have you back on the show. I need to have you back. It should be a regular segment that we retouch and talk about real fitness with the real people.
Yes.
And you and I are very real. We have real expectations and
Yes.
real limits on us, and I appreciate you being here. But to
thank
know
you.
more about you, people should go to ChristineLusita.com. That's CHRISTINE, Lusita, LUSITA.com, and you can learn about her new pants line, about the new book coming out, all sorts of positive reinforcement for your fitness and health. And I thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Michael. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And today's show is brought to you once again by Fit in Seconds. You listen to See It Clearly. I'm your host, Michael Carson. We'll be back here next week with some good show.
LA Talk Live, reality radio, handcrafted for your listening pleasure. This is LA Talk Live, and we're more than just talk. Stay tuned.
Hi, I'm Michael Carson, America's Fitness Coach. You've seen me on the cover of fitness magazines, on celebrity talk shows, and even on the Home Shopping Network. Well, my years of training celebrities and creating products for major corporations has led me to my most revolutionary product yet. It's called Fit in Seconds, and I'm going to be able to get you fit in just seconds. Fit in Seconds is a 90-second video workout routine you'll do 15 minutes before each meal. And you're going to receive these workouts weekly on your cell phone, tablet, and your computer to make sure that they're always with you. And these workouts maximize burning calories. You will not be able to store fat. You're going to be building lean muscle mass that burns calories far after your workouts as well. And routines you get weekly are developed by me. I'm a master trainer, developing the physique that you want, beautifying your body, improving your posture, and making you look younger. I've been doing it for celebrities for years. Now it's time to do it for you.